Guys, this was a fantastic episode. We had our friend, longtime friend, comedian Mike Vecchione on the episode. He's got a special out right now on Nate Bargatze's production company's YouTube channel, Nateland Entertainment. Go check it out. It's called Low Income White. This episode actually turned out to be hilarious. We talk Epstein. We talk all types of
wrestling,
things.
Youngstown, Ohio, how he has a cop face. We talk about it all.
So enjoy it.
Enjoy that episode, and then go to historyhyenasisback.com to see mine and Yannis' stand-up dates. We're both performing in July and August, so go check out, see if we're coming to a city near you. Now enjoy the episode, you low-income white.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of History Hyenas. Today we're going to be talking about the history of when things were good and when Youngstown was flourishing. It was a good old Bruce Springsteen, Rust Belt town. Iron workers were making iron or steel or something white guys used to do with muscles and dirty fingernails. And then a guy was created who became a school teacher and then became a comedian. And in that neighborhood, he was... But he's a funny guy. He's from the Heartland, our good friend, one of the funniest comedians we've all ever seen, who's got a new special out, and that person is Mike Vecchione.
Well, thank you for having me, guys. I appreciate it. That was quite an intro.
Mike Vecchione, he's really got a lot of good comments on YouTube.
Yeah. Please be kind on YouTube.
Yeah, that's just going to make it work.
And I got the glasses on today because I'm actively doing cocaine again.
Yeah. The special's on YouTube. Go check it out. It's on Nateland Entertainment, which I came up with the name Nateland. So
did you?
Yeah, I haven't spoken to him in a couple of months or whatever. So you tell him I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'm suing him.
Yeah.
And I want my piece for naming it Nateland.
Well, that's why you haven't spoken in a couple of months, because what you don't know is that Mike Vecchione and I are actual defendants in Nate's lawsuit against you.
Yeah.
So we're allowed to talk to you, but we can't talk about Nate because Nate is actively suing you.
Yeah. Well, now that I'm sitting...
The countersuit.
I'm sitting on either side of you guys right now. I feel like I'm in a police interrogation. That's what it is. When you put the glasses
How about we feel like we're at a diner?
Yeah.
Whoa! Shots fired.
Yeah, I mean,
they're all closing.
Diners are?
They're all closing.
They made it through COVID, and now they're closing?
Yeah.
Now they're closing. Everyone's opening up a vape shop instead.
It's vapes. Vapes of the future.
Vote Mom Donnie.
Yeah.
Vapes and pot.
That'll be good.
And pot stores.
Mike, by the way, round of applause, new property owner,
Yes,
Mike Vecchione.
Property owner.
Also the name of Yannis' special.
Which is also on YouTube.
Yes.
Amongst the millions that are now on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a comedy, not special. I'm going to do it's where it's no comedy, and it's only 10 seconds.
Well, I tell you,
do the opposite.
No, this is what I thought. If this special doesn't do well, my next special is just going to be me falling down a flight of stairs.
Right.
And then just over and over again, and then somebody's going to go, I saw that before. This is dubbed. This is dubbed. This guy's fake.
Yeah.
This guy's not really falling down the stairs.
Yes. Yeah.
What if I did a special and then did a takedown of me?
Yes, that's get ahead of it.
Get ahead of it and do a takedown of me.
That'd actually be a great way to promote
about it.
And then write a book about it. And then I need to take myself. I think we need to start taking ourselves down and
preemptively.
Yeah, and I think those videos will do better than the videos of the thing.
I actually thought about doing my friends and just a takedown of my friends, roasting them.
Yeah.
Just taking time, writing, like do you guys, like individually, and it's like this week, it's Chris, and I just take him down.
Right.
Like, you just do a lot, like a roast.
Yeah, just take him down.
And then against your will, even.
Yeah.
Even
that's what I mean. Like in other words, you don't even tell us about it. I just have to wake up to the news.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Wake up to the news.
Mike Vecchione is taking down Chris Distefano.
Distefano.
Instead of his real name, what's his real situation?
Yeah, because
what's he doing? Yeah. What are we all doing?
Now, Mike, how does it feel? Now, when did you got the special out? You just bought a nice little.
Well, I know it sounds good, but I do have a 100-year mortgage. First one in history.
Nice.
Do 100 years.
Do it
100-year mortgage.
And you got it now, which probably means your rate is what, 12.6?
Yes. Well, they're usury rates. It's loan shark type rates.
Yeah.
Yes.
I insisted on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's a new form of slavery right now during this economy.
Right. Yeah. The mortgage rates are the absolute worst.
Right.
But you own a nice little piece. Now, what for the apartment? I assume it's in New York City.
Yes.
For the apartment that you bought in New
Exact
York
address so that people can show up.
Let's
and
have
leave
fun.
dead animals on my doorstep.
Can I just for 1 second,
Okay.
just interrupt? I just want to, just for 1 second.
Take a.
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
What is this new thing where you start the podcast with sunglasses and then you take them off immediately, like you're a fucking cop in Los Angeles giving me a speeding ticket, and then you need to read the ticket?
Because what I've decided
What is going on?
I need to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, I mean, what's going on?
I got to
Did
keep you
see that?
guessing.
You need to take your glasses off.
Yeah, I
Giannis.
mean, what's
take them
going
off.
on?
Yeah, and then I'll put Yannis on.
Oh no, those are readers.
But this is the last 2 episodes where he's put glasses on at the
Look
beginning.
at me.
And then I look over and then the glasses are just got. Is it a decision where you trying to see how you feel in them?
I got to be honest with
Yeah.
you. You cannot see.
No, I'm blind.
This is so bad. You can't see at all.
you look like your own accountant.
Yeah,
I really do. Yeah. Look at me.
yeah.
Does this work? Because my eyes are too far apart here.
There's nothing you can do when you put glasses on. You just look like a guy at a gym who's reading the back of a creatine bottle.
Yeah,
to see what the
that
stuff
is
is.
true.
That's
I'm
all.
going,
You
is
look
this
like you're ready
monohydrate?
You look like you're ready to give nutritional information.
Yeah,
It's like, dude, you got to cut back. You got to skip lunch.
Yeah.
You just you have the face and the body of a meathead and the personality of a descendant of Holocaust.
Wait, hold on.
survivors.
Let me throw those glasses
Ladder
on.
14.
Yeah, there we go. And they're crooked.
Yeah, and it's just what it
And
is.
now do you feel comfortable?
And they're kind of dirty.
Yeah, they're kind of dirty.
Yeah.
Are you testing out the glasses? Look, what do they keep going on and off for?
You know what, cuz? I don't know. Sometimes these things make me feel invisible when I just don't want to be seen.
Well, you look like a crooked cop.
Yeah.
I really do, and I feel like one. Now, Mike, what I was going to ask you is when the apartment that you bought in New York City, how much real estate would that get you in Youngstown, Ohio,
Oh,
your
my
hometown?
God.
Would it get you the town? Would you
I
be
think I
mayor?
could buy a block.
Yeah.
Right?
There.
Yeah.
Because a house is like a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
the Chinese haven't gotten there yet.
That's what I was
To
getting
inflate
to.
the real estate
They haven't
prices.
infiltrated.
Now I got another question. When you join Nateland Entertainment, do you have to be baptized?
They look for your baptismal
Yeah.
records.
No, do they? Does he dunk you in the water?
Yeah, he does. That's live streamed.
That's live
Yes,
stream,
that
yeah.
should be live
That
stream.
should be a thing.
baptism.
That should be a thing.
And then if you're on the outs, you get exported, deported from Nateland.
yeah, you
That-
do.
right,
On
yeah.
the outskirts. Like my first show when I was taping the special, I know it's hard to believe. It didn't go as well as the second show, so I was in danger of being deported.
Yeah.
What happened on the first show?
The people, it wasn't as the laughs weren't as poppy as the second show. You know how you do 2 shows.
Where was it? Where'd
Maybe you
film?
guys nail it on the first, but it's always 2 shows at least,
Yeah.
and then you just pick
The
do
better show.
editing from the better of the 2.
Where'd you
shows.
film it?
Nashville.
Where, though, in Nashville?
Zany's.
Oh,
The
Zany's,
Lab.
one of the best clubs.
I filmed the last one at the Zany's, the club, and this one at the Zany's Lab. And I was joking with the owner. I was like, my next special is going to be in a garage.
Yes.
Out back.
I would have liked, because what
Zany's Lab is great, by the way.
Zany's Lab is great. What I would have liked, because Zany's very famously a few years ago had a truck drive through the wall. That would have been great for the
Yeah,
special.
that would have been great
Just
for the
you're on
special.
stage, have
Yeah.
the truck drive through the wall, and
Through
you just
Nate's
keep
face.
going.
The comedian's face on the walls.
great.
Like, drive through Nate's face. And it's
Yeah.
like,
Is that the face the truck took down? Nate's face.
Nate's
That's
face.
hilarious.
that's actually a baptism in the South.
Yeah.
right.
Driving a truck through a man's face.
Well, actually, and that's when his career started to blow up. So I wonder if that was some type of witchcraft, some type of Nashville witchcraft, where they drove through his face,
Yeah.
and then there was some kind of deal made with Satan himself, and then you just become this international power. I wonder if that happened. I'm going to ask Nate about that. Does that have anything to do with the truck driving to your face, your success? And we'll see what he says.
So
what he'll probably do is block me.
You think he made it?
He might
made
my
it?
book. You won't even get to him.
Yeah.
There's 6 layers before you get to him.
Before I get to
You're
Nate.
gonna have to get through Graham K first if you want to get to him.
Yeah,
Graham K,
and I can tell Graham K's doing coke.
Yeah. You got to get through Graham K. You got to get through Mike Vecchione.
Yeah.
You got to get through Warren. You got to get
Dusty Slay. Which
Dusty
I could get
Slay.
through Dusty Slay because the way I get through Dusty Slay is I could just anything I could say is in the name of Jesus Christ, and I'm doing this for Jesus, and Dusty Slay will allow it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dusty
really?
Slay talked to me when we had breakfast once in Cleveland. I love Dusty Slay.
Yeah, I love
he talked to me about he won't eat leavened bread. That he won't eat bread that wasn't made the way the Bible says to make it. And I said, I respect that. And I said, there's no way that they're going to be able to make that kind of bread here because we are at a Denny's.
Yeah, but you know
so
what?
they don't make bread the biblical way.
We're about to do an episode after this on the Barbary pirates
Of Tripoli, not Sam Tripoli.
Muslim,
Libya.
Muslim countries that
They're called
enslaved-
Houthis now.
Yeah, they used
Exactly.
to enslave.
I call them Mamdanis.
Yeah, they're Mandanis, and since it makes me want to join Nateland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
the Muslims enslaved the Christians, and I think maybe just it makes me want to join Nate.
I think, Nate, if we got into an active crusades right now, just put us in a situation where we are in an active crusades, it is the Christians versus the Muslims. I think at the head of our Christian army, we have Nate Bargatze, and at the head of their Muslim army, they have Dave Chappelle and Michelle Wolf. That's what
Let's face off.
and that would be the face-off. And I do give the edge to Nate and the Christians.
Yeah.
And
Sounds
who's the king of the Jews?
the king of the Jews. You got to give that.
And the Jews fight with us, by the way.
yeah,
in the
just
crusades.
on face alone, of course, it's got to go to the great Ari Shafir.
100%. That's what I was saying.
Happy
yeah.
merchant me.
Yeah, with as a little farther back, you have Modi and Elon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're also on that team.
And by the way, I just want to give a quick, shout out. Not shout out. I want to give a quick
To our Lord.
I want that, but I want to tell the fans who are going to patreon.com/historyhyenas and making ChatGPT memes of me or Yannis in a Nazi uniform shooting Ari Shafir on his knees. That is not okay, and we do not condone that.
No, we do laugh at it, but we do not think
do
it's
not
okay.
do that again. And Ari wouldn't like that either, and I know that because I texted it to him.
Yeah.
You texted like, "Can you believe this?
Yeah.
Is this
people
okay?
crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, I'm going through a lot.
Yeah.
I'm leaving New York. And I was like, yeah, but will this make you feel better?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the good news is,
Ari, by the way, the best human being.
100%. The best human
People
being.
don't know that. I
Yeah.
don't think.
He is.
Or
he
maybe
is.
they do. I don't know.
He is the best. I mean,
I'm not on
the
Reddit.
Kreischer family might not think so, but we think he's the best human being.
and I think the Bryant family might have a different opinion on
Yes,
that.
yeah, Brian,
Right.
but we here in the comedy community, we are Ari Shafir lovers.
Yeah.
And like I always like to say, you never know who your friends are until Kobe dies.
Right.
Because that's when Ari found out who his true friends were.
Right. And I was one of them.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
one of them. I could call them and say, just keep your head up, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah.
your head up.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, also what I like about Mike V is you are committed to
That haircut
Local-
for
that-
years.
that-
For years.
Yeah.
Yes.
For years.
That's
I
true.
knew you
Change.
both before you had families,
Yeah.
too.
You know what
I knew you both before you had
You
families.
did, and
That's
I
for
like
the fans, so they know the context.
And you've had that haircut so long where it was out of style and you kept it. Now it's coming back in style.
Yeah.
So you just
You do not waver.
Yeah.
Yes.
You hold the line.
Yeah, hold the
High
line.
and tight.
Yes.
He has gone with the white man flat top, the
100%.
state trooper flat top.
Yes.
He will be in an
Yeah.
old folks' home, and he will still have that
100%.
flat top. Yeah.
That haircut, it started out when he first got it as a cop blocking a protest,
Right.
and now it's went all the way around to a female at a protest. That's what the haircut has morphed all the way around the sun once, and that's what I appreciate about Mike.
Yeah, because you're a simple guy. You're not a guy who follows the trends. You're a workhorse.
Right.
You got that Youngstown kind of let me get at these jokes.
Right.
You show up at the factory, you put your lunch pail down, and you just go to work.
Go to work,
You're
yeah.
not a guy who is going to follow.
I'm not a hat backwards guy.
Yeah, you're just
No.
not.
I'm not a hat backwards guy. I let my hair flow.
Yeah.
It looks
I
like
let the people see it.
It actually looks like we're two teenagers having our father give us a talking to.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it looks like right now.
He's sitting us down. He goes, "Hey, the way you guys are talking to your mother is not okay. You can't disrespect her like that. That's my job. Don't talk back to your mother." Yeah,
They get both grounded.
yeah.
And all we got to do is get Sal Volcano and Mateo Lane in here, and I think we've had every podcast host you've had on the same table.
100%. Yes.
Yes.
Every single person.
All your
is in.
exes.
They're all here.
Oh my God.
Yes.
And we still talk.
Yes.
Yeah, cuz you're like the Pete Davidson of podcasting.
100%.
You
Yeah.
run through a lot of
He
tail.
puts up his hot women. I put up my hot podcast hosts. Yeah.
And all of your podcast hosts have been hot.
They've all been hot.
Yeah.
I haven't had one.
Were you with Mateo?
I was with Mateo.
Oh,
That
okay.
we did a brief stint last summer, and I always got a hottie with a body.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's the
I'm honored then
He
to
is
be in that and to
100%.
be in that category.
Well, that's what I was going to get to. Is
I'm
Mike
the least successful of all the hosts.
No,
I would not say that.
Well,
I would not say that. He's podcasting with me, so I would not say that.
yeah, yeah. Giannis took the bus.
Yeah.
So
be honest.
yeah,
It's just, you got to measure me by expectation.
Giannis actually lives in Poughkeepsie.
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where the
it's
house
like
it's like going to Youngstown from Poughkeepsie is like a lateral move. It's like I
How
like
is
to,
the Metro North?
I like to call it the Youngstown of the Northeast, Poughkeepsie.
Poughkeepsie.
I've been to Youngstown. I got to admit, have you ever been to Youngstown?
Actually, no, I haven't.
Yeah.
I'd like to go.
Yeah.
A slow guitar starts to an acoustic starts to strum when you get into the city limits.
Everyone's
like
getting banged like in Deliverance.
Yeah, I like to call it the Tears of America.
Right.
Like it's like America's tears.
Right.
It's like you go to Youngstown
Yeah.
and you're like, this is what we used to be.
But every 10 years or so, somebody does a documentary. It's like Youngstown's coming back. We're not down. It's like, and then it's nothing happens.
Right down again.
Yeah, nothing
Yeah,
happens.
you know
But
what it was?
what is it? What is holding Youngstown back right now? Would you say?
There's just no industry.
What
And they
was the
haven't
industry?
found it's since the 80s,
Yeah.
since the late 70s.
Yeah.
They haven't found a replacement. It's like many other Rust Belt cities.
You can't just.
But it's a great place, and the people have the city is kind of like evacuated, and people, if you have any kind of means, you live in the suburbs now.
Have they made like all the former warehouses into cool apartments yet?
Not yet.
Yeah,
It's
but that's coming.
though.
Yeah.
But you need some kind of an attraction. Maybe a casino.
Yeah.
Or maybe a water
Bring in the
park
Native
in the middle of the
Americans is
city.
what you're saying. Bring in, yes,
Bring 'em
let's
in.
bring in the tribes.
Corrupted by Italians,
100%.
but the Native
Bring it
that's
in.
That's the way it should be.
You need only. There's like 3 things you need to inject into your city.
What's the starter
to
kit?
revitalize. The starter kit is it's either got to become like a young hot town for very liberal kids with different colored hair. That helps.
That helps a lot.
That's
So Starbucks.
Yeah,
Right.
you need like a hipster influx. You need Chinese to get interested in it for some reason.
Right.
That's another thing that can happen. Or you need to legalize gambling and prostitution.
Well, this is what
And prostitution.
yeah, those are the 3 that really.
This is where though Mike's original idea of what they need is a casino, because you're bringing in gambling, and casinos are like catnip for the Chinese.
Yes.
They cannot stay away from a casino.
Really?
Asian people
point.
love casinos in a way that I've never seen before. If you put a casino in Youngstown, Ohio, you will think that you literally will wake up one day and be like, I am now in Beijing.
That's a good
They will
But doesn't
flock
it
there.
just from my experiences in Atlantic City, it actually doesn't help the surrounding area when they put a casino in.
No.
I mean,
No, that's a good point.
It's a good point, but we're
desecrates the
trying to
city.
make money here
Yeah, we're
together,
trying to
Mike,
get some
and we're
money.
just trying
I
to
don't know
get
if
some
we were
money and run
investing
out.
in the casino.
We are Nateland casinos.
Nateland Casino.
Yeah.
Do you clean casinos?
Yeah.
Yeah, no cursing at the table.
Yeah, no
Now-
cigarettes, only the ones that look like a cigarette, but it's actual candy.
Yeah, no, it's actually it's just chewing tobacco.
Oh, that you can have chewing
Did
tobacco.
he quit that yet, Nate?
I've
'Cause
been on the
his
road
jaw
with
was
him for a
gonna
little
fall
while.
off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have
But
any Nate?
I think Nate is healthy now, man.
Yeah, I think he is.
He's healthy, Nate. He's
So-
got to be. He's got to be looking good.
And the
for his-
reason why
he does look good.
and I'm
He looks
telling
great.
you, and this is what I was trying to get at, the reason why he's healthy is because of the Mike Vecchione influence. Because Mike Vecchione has been a healthy guy. I've known him. You've known you for 15 years.
Yeah.
You always are very conscious of calories in, calories
No,
out.
but I
intermittent
was
fasting.
fat at times, and then at
I
your
never
wedding,
knew-
I was very fat.
Really?
Yeah, I was heavy, and you could see it in my face at certain videos and stuff. It's like, but I'm doing like I've talked to you before about these practices. It's just to stay off medication. Like I just want to feel good.
Right.
It's not. I don't have any grand illusions.
Not to be ripped anymore.
Well, no, I want to be in good shape, but the one thing is like I don't want to be on medication, and I want to feel good every day. So I find that if you suffer a little bit, it'll help you to feel good on the other end. Like this morning, I got up and worked out. We got a gym in the building, so I go down, no coffee. It's very hard for me to do, and get a workout in out of bed, no coffee, and then. Like, I feel good right now because of that.
Well, you were the one who told me. You were the one, and I started practicing this. You used to do delayed coffee. You would
Yes.
have your coffee, but delay it.
Yeah.
And then I started doing it, and it works better.
It does
that way.
work. 'Cause you feel better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what? That's fascinating. What you just said.
But it's that people are like, when I tell people, like I'll tell people because it's like, oh, these practices help me in my life. Maybe it could help you in your. I'm not doing it to like, I do this and I do an extreme this and that. And
You're doing it not to blow your brains out.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
basically, you know what I mean.
But are you also telling me that?
I'm trying to like tell people like, maybe this little strategy helps or that little. It's like giving like little strategies that have helped me. I'm by no means an expert, which everyone is now, but it's just to like give some insight. But it's not like I'm not an extreme athlete or a distance runner or any of that crap.
But you're telling me that you're a white Italian-American male over the age of 40 who's got a wife and owns
those
property.
things nullified themselves, white and Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're a property owner with
Yes.
a wife, and
Property
you are
owner?
and you are not on any type of blood pressure or cholesterol
No,
medication?
I'm on blood pressure.
Okay, because I was
Yes.
going to say that's
Yeah.
like a Puerto Rican girl being 21 and not having a kid. You don't see it.
Yeah.
Let's go to our sponsor, Losartan, right now.
I'm on
Losartan.
50 milligrams, low
100, dog.
That's it. You got me.
I got you, because I'm 10 years older.
Yeah.
But blood pressure, but no cholesterol. Your cholesterol's good.
No, it was border. It was border.
What does border mean? What's the number?
I don't know what the number is, but the last time
Get
I
the
was able to-
numbers. We'll wait.
Well, I don't know. I have bad. I have not good health insurance.
Right.
Right.
Now, do you think
Can Mom Donnie fix that?
Do you think some of your
No, but the health insurance thing is you want to
No.
talk about something that's wild.
Yes.
It's the podcast.
Yes.
right? Okay, so
Yeah.
it's
That's
the
the
health
clip.
insurance is like what I'm paying every month, and then the deductible. It's just nuts. It's like I'm not in SAG. I'm in SAG, but I don't have that insurance anymore. I had it for a while.
Same with me. I lost the.
I lost it, so I'm just paying out of pocket now, and it's like you're paying an insane amount of money every month, and then it's just a $4,000. So it's $4,000 if I need anything,
Right.
What'd you say?
immediately off the bat.
you
Right.
understand what Luigi did?
I understand. Like this is how there's a thing where it's like there's no nuance. It's like
Yeah.
it's people going 1st-degree murder is wrong, and if you excuse it, then you're it's like. Yeah, of course. And then other people like, he's actually a hero because these companies shouldn't exist. It's like both things are true.
Right.
Right.
1st-degree murder is wrong, period. New sentence. These companies shouldn't exist.
Right.
Look up what your company is worth. I looked up my company. It's worth $28 billion. $28 billion.
Yeah.
That shouldn't exist, man.
Yeah. No.
That's
Your-
nuts.
Your
Yeah.
argument is coming from a place before we all had to make content to each other.
Yes, you're coming from a place of reason, and that doesn't get the views.
yeah,
So
it
pick
doesn't
a
get the
side.
views.
That doesn't
Pick a
get the
side, Mike.
All right, I'm sorry.
Now, my next question is, do you think your blood pressure may be a little high? Because Mike Vecchione is one of the greatest guys in comedy. Nobody ever has a bad thing to say about Mike Vecchione. But your genetic code, being Italian,
Yeah,
being from
right.
Youngstown,
Yeah.
do you think not being able to say slurs or
Yes,
all
that's
this
what I was
stuff?
gonna say.
Because we often say sometimes that could be prescribed, like in your car at least.
Yeah.
Just yell something about the Chinese, something to get it out. To get the blood pressure
Because
down.
your brain
Right.
wants to say it.
Your face wants to say it.
But you will not, and you would never, ever, ever say it. And it just raises the pressure.
Yeah.
My genetics want to say out loud how good things used to be,
Yeah.
Right.
and how bad things are now.
Right.
I mean, things used to be great. You could
Yeah.
leave your doors unlocked.
Right.
You could put food on the table. You could put a kid through college.
Yeah.
Now you can't do that.
can't do
you
it.
don't even know your gender now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say your gender, you're canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great day before these fucking Ecuadorians, and then you go. That's
You
the,
need one group to escape.
yeah,
Right,
the
right.
Ecuadorians.
Ecuadorian.
That's like a guy like
What
doctors.
about the Prime Meridian?
Right.
Yeah.
You don't hear about them? Where are they?
With the guys like you, like if you came in, I'm a doctor, and you said, I take you got high blood pressure, I take a look at you, and what I would do first is I'd put on a documentary of George Washington, and I'd say if his pressure comes down, that's all he needs.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, then I got to put you on meds, and I would allow you just in the thing. I'd say, read these slurs, just get it out. Let's see what happens in real time. Because Mike's the thing is about Mike Vecchione, he's just a good guy. He's just a very good, great guy.
I go one of the best, and that's the
Yeah.
thing about you two guys that's so interesting.
Yeah.
is because
Well, I say the slurs.
no, you say the slurs, but you have a very anxious kind of Jewy personality.
We are.
but you don't look that way, and you have kind of like and you talk about it all the time. You got that look where you're going to say the Ecuadorians, but in fact you will defend the Ecuadorians and say that this is an unjust situation.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to find love.
Yeah. So and Youngstown,
just very
and because of that, we all accept you and love you, and obviously because of that, at home in Youngstown, Ohio, they hear some of your content and they say, "Oh, we have a gay comedian
He's a
from
gay
Youngstown,
kid."
Ohio," because he won't
Gay guy.
shit on the Ecuadorian. We say, "Oh, the gay guy from."
Yeah.
I didn't know he was gay. Is what
Yeah.
they say about Mike.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Can I pitch my idea? Because I want to leave comedy. So,
Yeah.
Great.
segregated.
Oh, you're doing it in the net?
I'm doing it right now.
You're
Right.
quitting.
I
Yeah.
want out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You're going back-
I want to see how the special does.
Right.
Yeah.
If it does good, then I'll come back.
Pulling on the
But if
net
it doesn't
funny.
do anyone, if it doesn't, I was telling you guys before the show, my next special is going to be me falling down a flight of stairs.
Yes.
And then if that doesn't work, this is my idea: segregated cemeteries. Segregated cemeteries, and the pitch is you don't have to be next to those people anymore.
Yes,
Right?
I like that.
I actually think
I like that's a great idea.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
The other idea, I have a lot of cemetery ideas.
Yeah.
And this might already be happening, where it's like the headstone, you go to visit your loved one, right? But on every headstone, there's a QR code, since we're all making content, and it's a documentary about the person.
That's a
fucking
great
love
idea,
it.
dude.
Yeah.
You
Please
should
don't-
be in the funeral business.
Yeah.
Are you guys have a production company that I
Yeah.
could pitch it to?
We
Jesse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called Pseudo Penis Inc.
Yeah.
We're
actually been looking for a way to revive Ditch Films.
Yeah.
This might be the first idea.
Ditch Films.
Which he's an alum of.
That's
Ditch
right.
Films.
He's an early alum.
That's right.
Because let me tell you something. You know me a long time. You know what I like is what I like. I don't really follow trends.
Yeah.
And how excited were we when we got Quince?
Because there's two things in life that Yanni loves, and that is merchandise from Quince and women's feet. Those are the things that Yanni can't live without.
These are crisp
If
here.
Quince was selling women's feet on there, I mean, Yanni would be spending $1 million a year.
Yes. Now, check this out. You want a polo, you want a crisp cotton shirt, comfortable lightweight pants that somehow work for weekend hangs and dressed up dinners. Quince has it all, high quality. You even know somebody who's high class.
I know a high-class
Who goes
kid.
Quince.
I know a high-class kid who goes Quince. He told me he goes Quince, and the internet thinks he's friends with Epstein. So it's just what it is. So I know some high-class kids.
Dude, this is
who's
nuts.
went the Quince stuff, Quincy Jones.
And check this out, 100% Mongolian cashmere.
So you know what that means? It was made personally by Genghis Khan, a.k.a. Chinggis Khan.
Yeah, it's beautiful stuff. They give you luxury pieces of clothing without the markups. Basically, it's all the gorgeous stuff.
And do you know why you should be for sale on Quince? Do you want to know why?
Because I'm for the table?
Because you're for the table and because you're a luxury piece.
You're a fucking luxury
You're a
piece.
luxury piece.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
So how can we get our wonderful, beautiful History Hyena fans, how can we get them a discount? Tell them where to go.
Okay.
Scrabble fingers, scroll down.
Yeah, and listen, let me just tell you something. It's all ethically, all that stuff. So listen, all you got to do right now, if you want to get beautiful clothing, go peruse the site and see what they got. It's a lot of
Because
beautiful
the stuff is made in Mongolia.
It's made in Mongolia.
Yeah.
So go to quince.com/hyenas. You'll also get free shipping on your orders and 365-day returns.
That's crazy to be able to return something a year later.
A year later. That's crazy. That's how confident they are. And that is not a gimmick. You will have a full year if you don't like it.
And QUINCE.com/hyenas to get free shipping and 365-day returns. That's a full year. That means the earth went around the sun one time. Go to quince.com/hyenas.
Yeah. Because it's all about smelling good, especially if you're a man. Men like to do. I'm a man. Do.
And you know what it is? Especially, this is why this endorsement weighs especially heavy, because it's very difficult to smell good when you're a Greek man.
Yes.
But yet you're a Greek man and you smell good, because Greeks have pubes.
If you want to be fumeless and you're a dude, you want to hit up Man Do. Man Do. It's created by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal BO was misdiagnosed and mistreated. It's clinically proven to block odors all day and control odor up to 72 hours.
In Greeks, that may not be 72 hours. That might be 24 hours, but that's good for a Greek.
That's good for a Greek. You
That's
gotta
just what
you got
it
to
is.
rate it on a curve.
You got to rate on the curve. 72 hours for people who are snow monkeys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so solid deodorant sticks, spray deodorants, they got the wipes, they got everything. All products are baking soda free and paraben free. Choose from a variety of fresh scents like bourbon leather. You want to smell like a man? Clover Woods, Mount Fuji, and Pro Sport.
Because that's the thing is I have no interest in climbing Mount Fuji, so the way I'm going to do it is by using Mando Mount Fuji on my nuts. That's the way I'm going to do it.
It's so
because you could put it all over your body.
Yeah, I like to take a whiff of other men, and I go up to them on the street and I go, Mando? Yeah, and they go, yeah.
Yeah, and they are America's #1 whole body deodorant formula right now. And I'm going to say right now, even though I'm very supportive of Mando, then why do you have a flavor called Mount Fuji? You need to change it to Mount McKinley. That's in America.
That's right. So clinically proven to control odor and better than showering with soap alone. At 12 hours after the shower, the average man's grundle odor level was a 5 out of 10 fumes.
That's
but
not
with
bad.
Mando, they got it down to 0 out of 10.
No fumes, even for Greek?
No, even for the Greeks.
All right, here we go. And as always, for being the lovely, beautiful listeners of the History Hyenas podcast, we got a nice deal for you to get you some Mando. Mando starter pack is perfect for new customers. Comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice. You can do the mini body wash, or as Debo calls it, the regular body wash, and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get 20% off site-wide with our exclusive code. Use code Hyenas, Hyenas, at shopmando.com for 20% off site-wide plus free shipping. That's go ahead, you do it.
SHOPMANDO.com. Please support our show. Tell them that we sent you. Mando's got you covered. Protect your pits. Smell great doing it. No fumare. Yeah, he's an early alum, and
Copface.
Copface. God, did that have a lot of future stars in it?
Yes, it did.
Copface was
Bargatze
great.
was in it.
Ali Wong was the therapist.
Yeah.
Go watch Copface on
God,
Ditch
it's
Films
gold.
YouTube. That I remember watching that sketch. I was like an open micer in comedy. I was like, I got to be in that.
Here's how much I didn't get the internet and the short attention span thing early.
No, I thought you got it more than anybody.
Yeah,
Well, you
that's what I
were
was
the
gonna say.
pioneer. You're the George Washington of it.
I know.
Yeah.
We got some things, but then with
You were
that,
our trans George Washington.
but with
Marisa.
that thing, I should have made it like 90 seconds. It should have been like 2-minute piece. The first one we cut was like 23 minutes. So it's
Yeah.
like, I remember Ali Wong going like, don't you think it's a little long? And I was like, I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
Because I just
But you were
loved
way
it.
ahead of your time,
Yeah.
man. Everybody, we were all trying to get in the clubs and be in the clubs and everything, and it's like you were in the club, you're doing that, but also you were doing the video stuff,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
was, and that's when YouTube was all like puppies.
Yeah. But you know what? And then I was like, you know what? I'm not a real comedian. I gotta go do the half hour. And Schultz was sitting there going like, no, he's right. I'm gonna do that. And then he took it and
Yeah.
he took it and ran.
Right.
Well,
And you can go watch my half hour and be the 6th person who saw it on Comedy Central.
I think everybody's half hour just got
Do you remember
Eaten
those?
up,
I remember when
over.
it premiered. I was I had that show.
good business model, by the way. Comedy Central, have everybody do half hours, all the best comedians, and then lock it down.
Yeah.
so that no one can.
and then
access
put it on Fridays at midnight.
Yeah, Fridays at midnight. And Nate's,
And air it once.
Nate's was actually the funniest.
Yes.
They put Nate's on opposite the Mayweather Pacquiao
Yeah,
fight.
that was his
Way to
hour.
go!
I think. Yes,
And he said,
Yes.
he goes, I didn't even watch my own special.
Yeah.
No, I always said Comedy Central was a great place to go to if you wanted to hide your special.
Yeah.
That's a great place.
I feel like we missed though, or because I started really in like 2009, 2010. Those glory years of Comedy Central was like the early 2000s.
Right.
But that I don't even know. Is Comedy Central?
I was coming in then, so I didn't. I didn't
get
the-
on any, like,
I
the-
didn't get the Lounge Lizards
Premium
or
blend.
Premium Blend. Yeah,
Yeah.
I came after that. I came at the Live of Gotham,
Yeah, when it was already on.
Yeah.
But it's Comedy Central,
which is different than Gotham Comedy Live.
yeah,
by the way,
which is on Access TV.
Access
or was
TV, yeah.
Is it there? Is Comedy Central? This is an honest question. Is it still a network?
It is.
I'm not even shitting on it.
It is
earnest.
South Park and nothing else.
no,
Okay.
there. It's The Office.
Yeah.
it's all
Reruns.
these. It's all these rerun
So no
shows.
new content is what I'm saying. Other
No,
than
but
the Daily
I mean, give
Show.
them some credit for taking a chance on a show like The Office.
Yes.
Watch it, and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They fired everybody.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then they're just, I thought it was going to be like an MTV. I thought MTV bought it or something, but
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like dance party, what I don't even know, ridiculous, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's just like
It's
The
got to be
Office.
just the Daily Show too, right? It's on Comedy
The Daily
Central.
Show,
Yeah, but
and that's it.
the numbers of the Daily Show are so low that
Yeah.
they watch it online. But South Park still it gets people
Does real numbers
people
on television.
On television, people still watch South Park.
South Park. What a
South Park
legendary
holds
show.
up
Legendary.
that.
Yeah.
It holds up that whole network. Just like it's funny how all those networks became like one show. Like it was like the Jokers was that channel. I don't remember.
True
what,
TV.
Right,
True
right,
TV.
It was
Yep.
just the Jokers.
Yeah.
And then you go to MTV, it's just ridiculousness.
Yeah.
And they play it over and over
yeah,
and
yeah.
over.
But again,
Yeah.
it becomes, it's the same thing as we were talking about before the pod started. It's like you go to a YouTube channel or an Instagram page to see your one creator. And this
Right.
is what these networks are
Yeah.
becoming.
Yes.
We have one thing here.
Yes.
That's right.
You know?
That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
So,
Yeah.
and
And things change so fast now. It's crazy. There's some kid now who's coming up who's going to know Will Smith as just the worst rapper.
Yeah,
have you seen this rap?
Have you seen
Will
what he's been
Smith's
doing?
rap?
No,
It's not. I don't like to. Sometimes you're like, oh, people are trying things, but I got to say, objectively, not that I'm a rapper, but objectively, it's horrifying to watch.
It's tough
Right.
to watch.
It's bad, and he's
Well, these guys who
taking
are famous for a long period of time, they're kind of like they're out of reality. No matter who, like, you know what I mean? Like if you're famous as an 18-year-old or a 19-year-old, and then you're just famous till you're, whatever. It like you just become in your own delusion, kind of. You have too many yes people around you. You don't know what's a good idea and a bad idea anymore. You're real full of yourself, I think. It's just like...
Everyone tells you you're great.
Yeah.
So you're saying
you're doing something crazy, terrible, and no one's there to go, hey, I don't think this is any good.
Right. Yeah. It is tough to watch. It's sort of like it's like the hip hop genre's Gaza. I mean, it's tough. It's just tough to watch.
Yeah.
Like when the clips come up, it's like I'll see like a war crime clip and then Will Smith, and both of them make me just go,
whoa.
Yeah, just.
What's he? Is it still clean rap, or is it like?
He's talking. The problem with this song is he's talking about I want a girl, and he's 56 years old. So the whole thing of the song is I want a girl, I want a pretty girl, I want a pretty girl, and you're like, well, can you say woman? Because when you say girl, it just makes me feel weird.
Yeah. It's just he's getting ripped up. And I'll just give you a little.
Well,
sample.
he's still making movies though, right?
No, not since the slap thing. He kind of lost credibility.
Yeah,
this is it. And the crowd goes wild. Awkward performance by Will Smith.
It's tough to watch. I mean, at one time he was one of the 5 biggest movie stars in the country,
right?
And now he's gone back to his rap, which wasn't good when he was Fresh Prince.
Right.
He had one summertime hit with Jazzy Jeff.
Well, it was a different time back then. So for that time, I think it was okay. It was a very mainstream, digestible.
Yeah, it was very digestible.
Right.
Yeah.
No Wi-Fi in here again. What a studio we have. We are out of here.
We're out of here.
We're done.
Leaving. We're going back to Gas Digital.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they have Wi-Fi at least.
Yeah.
Will Smith probably is behind it. He slapped the Wi-Fi.
He slapped a Wi-Fi right out.
Yeah, I mean, you just, it's to sit next to a Puerto Rican guy saying the N-word with the hard R and a black baby face is worth it for Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
As least they got Wi-Fi. Yeah, I may have to fucking box Lewis.
Yeah.
But at least I have Wi-Fi.
If you fight Lewis, he'll live stream it.
Yeah.
He'll go, look, let's make some money.
Yeah.
Let's live stream it.
Yeah. I mean, I love all those guys, but the first episode I was on, Legion of Skank, the title was... And then from there on, he just asks every week.
I'll tell you right now.
And I go, it depends on what the
I'll
topic
tell you right
is.
now, Giannis.
Yeah.
If you want to name your special that's not getting on Nateland.
It's not.
That will not get on Nateland.
That's not gonna
I could just tell you that I'm not a manager. I'm not his manager.
I'll be the one to stop.
Yeah.
I'll step in.
So
no, but the slap. Like, I love how everybody, like, some people were like, well, if that was me, it's like, if that was me, I would have reacted. I thought Chris Rock reacted the best that you could possibly react.
I'm going to, okay?
yeah.
Get your wife's name out of my mouth. I'm going to, okay?
Dude,
but if I was slapped, I would be like in shock.
I would have been
not able to say anything.
Also, a slap like that would
I
have
thought
been
he was coming to make a joke.
Yeah.
I would have been knocked unconscious, if I'm being honest with you. I got a glass jaw. Yeah. I would have been on the floor, and then it would have just been a close-up of me just knocked completely out.
He would have missed because my head's so small.
Yeah.
Now, you would not have reacted like that. I know you.
No. I
would have all came out.
No,
Wrestling background.
No, I think I would have been. I would just the shock of being smacked. But what would have been very funny is if they would have talked and squashed it, which would have been very hard afterwards. And then the next Chris could have come out and forgave him publicly. And then the next award ceremony, Will was hosting it, and Chris came up and smacked him.
Right.
And then the next thing that Chris was hosting, Will came up and smacked him. Right. And they just kept doing it. And even after it was like, okay, we get it. It's like they just keep doing it.
Keep doing the bit.
And they just keep hosting an award show and keep smacking each other. Would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, because then people would have been like, was it real?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it was real, and we don't believe you.
Yeah.
What people do with that slap, to me, one of the most I mean, I know people talk about this ad nauseum, but the grossest part of that whole thing to me was 30 minutes later when Will Smith won his award and the audience clapped for him.
Yeah.
Like that to me is like, I think what's happening before our eyes too is that the whole world, fame and all that is just losing like it's just not about that.
I think literally they did not in the award show, because it's like its own, like there was a producer they did not know what to do.
Yeah.
It's like, what do we do? Do we have security come in here? I'm not excusing it, but I'm just like, I really think it's like, what do we do?
Yeah, but they're
do we
the same.
have him exited out? Like, it would be great if he got the award from jail.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that would be good. On a Zoom.
He's like, we're going to let you out. He goes to make a phone call, and the guy just brings him the award.
Yeah.
Also, it was Hollywood, and it was a black guy slapping a black guy, so I don't think anyone in the audience thought that it was okay for them to have an opinion on it. They were
Right.
like waiting
Right,
to
right.
be like, what are we
Right.
supposed to
Yeah,
feel
like
about this?
that is
How
this
do
is
we
not
do
our
this?
story.
This is not our story. I'm gonna receive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, listen, the applause break, and we may cut this out. The applause break. Listen, maybe it was just because it was. And we're back.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
I mean, seriously, they handled the problem.
Yeah.
Nobody got shot. I mean, what doesn't deserve an applause break?
Yeah.
I mean,
ducked on both of them?
Did you see what happened in Philadelphia like 3 days ago?
What happened? I didn't see it.
Did you see
That's
what
Mike's home. That, by the way, be
I
careful.
lived in Philadelphia.
Mike lived in Philadelphia. He was representing himself as
Yeah.
a Philadelphia comedian early on in his
Yes.
career.
Yeah.
He is
No,
an
I
Eagles
started
fan.
comedy in Philadelphia.
You do root for the Eagles.
I do root for the
So
Eagles.
be very careful,
But
Yannis.
can I say that my background before you get to it, Youngstown to Boca Raton, Florida, which was a lovely place.
Yeah.
Yes.
To graduate high school
Yeah.
and grow up.
You're not going to see this in Boca Raton, Florida, and I guarantee you that while Mike was in Philly, even though he was a struggle comedian, he didn't live in this part of town.
No way.
Let's take a peek. Oh, the Wi-Fi.
Jesus
God.
Christ,
I
with
mean,
this
get
studio.
that fucking fat Lebanese kid in here right now.
Yeah.
Well, we can do it. Let's reenact it.
Yeah. It was.
You guys have your hats turned around already.
Yeah.
Brr, brr. I mean, it's just the
Did people die?
But
Yes.
was that 4th of July or was that just a regular
It's a
weekend?
good point. No, it wasn't.
Did the
4th of
Phillies
July
win?
weekend. Yeah, it wasn't 4th of July. And I just say this as a New Yorker. I just say this as a New Yorker.
And you talk down to Philly as a New
I
Yorker.
do talk.
He does, he
but I'll
does,
say
he
this
does.
as a New Yorker who's had lots of black friends, love black culture, love black people, everything. 4th of July weekend, it just doesn't mean the same thing for black people as it does us. They have pent up, we're free, and they're going like, must have been nice.
Right.
So they
Right.
just don't know what to do with those emotions.
Right.
Sometimes their definition of fireworks at those cookouts is just always a little different.
Right.
Right.
It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the rockets are in the guns.
Right. That's what it is. Yeah, it's just a different
It's
thing.
a different celebration.
Now, what, Mike, when you see, because you're an interesting guy because you got Youngstown, Ohio,
Yes.
then Philadelphia, but then you went to Boca Raton.
I went to Boca Raton first.
So where do you want to get buried? Where do you want your QR code gravestone to be?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Because now you've lived in New York your whole life, so you have.
Why we all
I'm getting buried in Queens, New York.
Yeah.
Is that where you want to
that's-
be?
No.
Next to Houdini? Yeah. Yeah. Because Houdini's buried
Houdini.
there.
Yeah.
Houdini dealt with the ultimate heckler. A guy who came backstage and punched him in the stomach.
And that's true, and then he died.
Yeah, and he died.
Wait, what?
That's the ultimate heckler.
That's true story?
Yeah, it's a true
Yeah.
story. He died of like organ bleeding, internal bleeding.
Internal bleeding.
Yeah.
Like his people say he already what's that bursts? His
Appendix?
was already like not in good shape, but this guy put him over the edge.
Yeah.
He just came back and he was like and he was like laying down, resting between shows, and the guy came back to meet him and then like punched him in the stomach when he wasn't ready. And it burst his appendix and or
Jesus.
whatever, internal bleeding, and then he died in the hospital.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Houdini's buried in the
Be careful. Monitor your green room.
Yeah.
So where are you gonna?
I was just gonna say, like, when we all fly out, we all pass that cemetery in Queens on the way to LaGuardia.
Yeah.
And I like that,
Yeah.
so that other comics, they can see me on the way to go to their
Spots or to the
low-pay
airport.
weekend.
Right.
I
That's a veterans cemetery, though.
Is it
That's the
really?
only thing you got to be a vet.
no,
so
but
join our armed
we'll
forces.
show a picture of him and he'll slide
Yeah.
by.
Yeah.
They won't even ask for
I'll slide.
credentials.
Yeah.
They'll
I'll
just
slide
be
it.
like, put him over there.
Yeah.
next
But
to
do you
the
guys
other
notice that
sergeants.
cemetery, like the headstones are so close
Yeah.
together? It's like even in death in New York, you
Yeah.
don't have space.
You
No
know,
space.
It's
No,
really cool. It
nothing.
is very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I want to measure the success of my career by if and when I die. I just don't want the other comedians to have to do a Kickstarter for my funeral.
Yeah. That's what it is.
If that is,
Yeah.
if I can afford my own funeral,
Right.
then I had a good career.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I assume you're going mausoleum.
Because of the Greek thing.
Yeah. Indoors.
Indoors. Yeah, we like.
Is that what they do? Greeks?
No.
What do Greeks do typically? Cremate?
You were at a Greek funeral.
Oh, yeah. Was that you?
We do an open casket, which I think is completely unnecessary.
Right. We do open casket, the Catholics.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, because
Well, if you're not shot in the
Yeah.
face.
Exactly. Not in Philadelphia.
yeah, the Catholics and the Greek. It's just like, why are we doing that? We want to just feel as bad as possible,
Right.
You know?
But you guys have a super long your masses are super long.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I've been to a Greek.
Are you Catholic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Mike Vecchione
Did you get nicked or no?
Yeah.
by priest. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant circumcised.
Oh, yeah.
No. Well, that could be
Is that
nicked
nicked?
too. No, that's good.
I don't know what the kids are saying these days.
Yeah.
Hat turned around.
You ain't lit.
I think you're throwing shade at my pee.
Yeah. Cuz you know me, and I say this every week. I'm so happy that this podcast is sponsored by Blue Chew. I love seeing rock hard boners, RHBs, and I told you, and I've proven it to you. We've opened up my direct messages, and I've had, 20 rock hard boners, and I can tell you which ones are Blue Chew and which ones aren't, and I've impressed you with that talent.
You've become an expert at that, and it is very impressive because you follow up, and then they say, yeah, Blue Chew, and you said, yeah, I knew that was a red, white, and blue bowl.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I knew because these Blue Chew tablets are made right here in America, so you know what that means? Your boner's going to come with some tariffs.
Yeah, that's what it is. So that's what it is, guys. It isn't just about performance. It's about legacy or third legacy. Get that little kickstand going. You want to be a tripod. Give her group chat something to talk about, my friends.
It's what it is.
Yeah. So right now, if you want to stay rock hard, you want to stay rock hard. All you got to do is check out this special deal we have for our listeners. As always, you get the first month of Blue Chew free.
Yes.
Just use the promo code Hyenas at checkout, HYENAS, and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to BlueChew.com for details and safety info. And big thanks to Blue Chew for sponsoring the History Hyena.
The other day I was getting a loophole massage, and the masseuse was, getting to the end, and she said, "Oh, this is Blue Chew."
Blue Chew. Ending marriages.
It's what it is, cuz I can't sit in court all day and not get a loophole.
Because that's like a real thing now, where it's like, I guess it's. I don't even know what's what anymore, but it's looked down upon if you do get circumcised.
Yes.
So it's like, do you want to go do that to yours? They look at it as mutilation.
Oh, yeah. Are you circumcised?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Stavros was saying the other day that if he found out you were circumcised, it would really change his opinion of you, because he is a
I like
Greek
how you
that is
rolled
not
the R on his
circumcised.
name.
But are we ever gonna
Stavros.
Are we ever gonna really listen to anything Stavros says again because he endorsed Mondami? I mean,
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
stop.
If you're a comedian and you endorse a political candidate, you are now tied to how that turns out.
Right.
Like, why would you do that? Even if you like the guy,
Yeah.
you know, it's just like if you're and on the other side, there's people endorsing Trump. It's like, what are comedians doing now?
Yeah.
It's
I endorse
then you're
politics.
tied to however it turns out.
Yeah.
Why would you want to commit to something if you could just stay back
Right.
and always play the devil's advocate? Even
Well,
if you
I
the
like
guy.
that we're bombing all the I countries.
Yeah.
Right.
Iraq, Iran. Look out, Indiana.
Yeah.
We're coming after you.
Coming after you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I endorse candidates from other countries.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
That's a deal.
How about
Kim
the-
Jong-un.
How about the guy from France, his wife slapped him
Oh, yeah.
in the face, and then on today's news, it's like she was walking down the airplane, he goes to offer her hand, and she's like,
Yeah.
she doesn't.
Well,
That's news now.
And
That's
isn't she
news.
much older than him? Like, she started hooking up with him when he was a student and she was
Yeah.
a teacher?
Yeah.
Something which is that. I mean, that's just commonplace in New York, in America now. I mean, every teacher's just banging every student.
Or she's a guy. That's
Right.
the big rumor. Or she's a guy.
She's a guy
Yeah.
too now?
Yeah, well, she's
I
the
don't
biggest one. She's the biggest one where they suspect she's a guy.
Interesting. You want to pull? Oh, well,
we
it'd be
can't
nice if
pull
we had one.
anything. Yeah.
Imagine we were doing a podcast in 2025 with Wi-Fi.
That would be nice.
That'd really be ahead of the game.
Yeah, that would be nice. We
Jesus.
don't know.
No.
We just don't
Did you
know.
eat yet today,
Fuck
Mike?
you. No, because I want my face to look thin for this.
Yeah.
It looks
And
good.
it'll blow up immediately if I eat something.
What are you going to eat?
That's
What's the big meal today? What are you going to break the fast?
We're gonna see what happens tonight for dinner. We have some leftovers.
You're going to
I'm
make
leaving
it all the
town
way
tomorrow.
to tonight
yeah,
without eating?
Yeah.
When's the last time you ate?
Last night, 6 p.m.
I got to be honest. I would have never pegged you for a dinner guy. I would have never pegged you for a dinner guy.
Most social meal.
You're more of a supper. I thought supper was going to come out.
supper?
Right.
Yeah. I would peg you as a Youngstown. We're going to wait for what we have for supper tonight. But
Well,
you-
everybody sits at the table if that's what you mean by supper.
Supper,
and
right.
we all pray before you eat.
Yeah, supper's more of a pray before you eat kind of. Do I pray before you eat?
Yeah, because you have a family now. You
Is
don't wanna-
Nate watching or no? I
rest
do
of
pray
them.
before I eat. Yeah.
No.
I do pray.
I do pray before I eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We pray as a family. We do pray before we
Oh,
eat.
that's
And
good.
Jasmine's Puerto Rican, so we all have to hold hands around
have to
the
pray
table.
in Spanish.
That's what we do. Yes. And we
Que
have,
lástima.
yes. Arms up like that.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're going to go 24-hour fast?
No, I
Today?
did that. I tried. I got off my schedule a little bit, but I tried to do. I'm on this now, a 36-hour once a week.
Interesting.
So, but usually ends up being like a 33. But you just eat dinner, and then you go to sleep, you wake up, you don't eat the whole next day, and then you sleep, and then you wake up and you eat at noon.
Got it. And you do that once a week.
Let me tell you about autophagy. It cleans your cells out, Chris.
Yep.
You have zombie cells.
Yep.
And the zombie cells are there, and then you can get cancer, you can get other kinds of, and fasting for 36 hours cleans that all out.
That's
You look
why
younger and everything.
That's why the Greeks they've been talking about fasting and cold plunges since the beginning
Have
of
they?
time. 100%,
Really?
way before Joe Rogan.
I thought you'd say before the Romans. I know
Before
you guys
the
have
Joe
probably
Romans,
a Roman, a Roman versus a Greek culture, like who did it first? Who did it better?
Right.
Who wore it better?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. No, we've been doing. Yeah,
They've been doing it for. I mean, so fasting has been proven. But some studies now say that 36 hours, they say, is not enough.
Yeah, and who are those studies funded by?
Yeah.
Exactly. Follow the money, Chrissy. Big Pharma. That's what I'm getting at. Big Pharma is wild. You good on the show?
That was
good.
great.
That's good.
That
Little
big
clip.
farm was
Oh,
wild.
we don't have internet.
Yeah.
Special's great. Let's go to a clip.
Let's go to a clip. We can't.
damn.
We
Sorry.
can't. Yeah. It's like we're doing podcasting during a blackout.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever? What's the longest you went without eating?
Oh man, it's not long.
No, like
It's not long.
Do you think you've ever even made it 18 hours? Have you ever?
No.
Have you ever stopped eating at 6 p.m. and then not eaten again until the next day at 1 or 2 o'clock?
No,
Wow.
it's never happened. It's never happened.
Yes,
I'm constantly putting calories into my face.
Face, always.
I'm the
Jesse,
guy.
you ever did a long fast?
Only when I have a colonoscopy.
Got it.
Oh, yeah, you have to do that.
Yeah.
Then you have to.
And you guys will see.
Yeah.
guys
I've
will
done
see.
2 already.
How do you
Giannis
do?
has done 3.
Yeah.
Or
wow.
2.
I've done 3.
Yeah. You've done them?
Yeah, I had to do it.
Polyps or
50.
no? Clean?
No, clean.
Squeaky clean. See, we got polyps.
We got nicked.
We got polyps.
Really?
Yeah.
No, when I said necked, I meant. Do you think that the church got you?
No.
Altar boy,
Oh, no.
priest.
No, that never was. But how about the Pope from Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about we got an American Pope now?
I know. I love it. And we've said here on the show that we think he's in the Chicago Mafia and we think it's witness protection.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah?
Because his name's Pope Leo and his, Chicago guy. How would you get
Well, I was
into the
watching
papacy?
a story, and they were like, we knew it when he was a child that he was going to be the Pope. It's like people, like, the family was like, that kid's going to be the Pope. It's like, how do you know? What,
Yeah, you didn't know
What
that.
kind of things was he doing?
That's
where you're
a
like,
lie.
That's the Pope.
Well, I could think of a few things.
Yeah, was he walking? Was he 5 years old, walking around with a red yarmulke and robe? That was he dressing up for Halloween.
He's just blessing tree house.
Yeah,
Sometimes I just love not being Catholic,
right.
and I'm not Catholic.
Yeah, you're not.
So I can-
You weren't chosen.
I wasn't chosen yet, and I just love sitting
Greek
around-
Orthodox.
Greek Orthodox, and you guys are 2 Catholic kids.
More like unorthodox.
Yeah.
Boom.
Sorry.
But
Sorry.
it's still one of my favorite things to just sort of allude to and watch people squirm.
Yeah.
Well, I got a double.
I didn't hear you.
No internet.
Yeah, no internet, you fat fuck.
Speaking of, he thinks he's Catholic, but we don't.
We don't have any
We don't accept
internet.
him from Lebanon.
Where's our internet, you
No
Coptic
internet
fucking
again, dude. Do the
Arab?
Italians pay the bills?
Yeah.
Do they pay for their internet? These fuckers.
You'll never be a real Christian to me.
Go
Get
buy a
in-
pizza shop like every other Lebanese.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm not going to buy your father's deli in Brooklyn. Stop asking.
Want to save us?
What is going on with the internet, Pat? Literally, we're done with this studio. We're
Yeah.
saying it here. We're out of here. We're
Yeah.
taking Pat and we're leaving. Yeah.
What's the password? Hezbollah?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
What do you think about it is timely, so I just want to bring it up because this is coming out very soon. What do you guys think, especially Mike? We've brought you in here specifically to find out what your take is on this Jeffrey Epstein stuff. I mean,
You know what? I have an unpopular take on it.
Yeah.
I think he killed himself.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any. I think the FBI is what they said it was. I think that he killed himself. I think that it's just that simple. It's like he was living this lavish life where he's having all this sex and blah blah blah, and he's a multimillionaire and has people working for him, and then he's just in a cell, a dirty cell. And I think his prison mate was a big, some jacked Italian who like killed like 3 people, and it's like.
Just couldn't take it.
Yeah, he's like, this is going to be a nightmare forever, and he just hung himself.
Because he was just listening to his cellmate talk about how much he missed his ma, and he couldn't take it anymore. I just can't take sitting in here anymore, ma.
But you know, he's like a big Italian, but he's like obviously he killed 3 people, so he's like a bully kind of too. And it's like, dude.
Well, now, Mike,
and he's probably bullying Epstein. Epstein's like, I can't. This is jail. I'm not even in a federal penitentiary yet. That's gonna be.
It's gonna be bad.
A nightmare.
Well, now, Mike, it's making me think that maybe you're on the Epstein's list, and that's very convenient for you to say to kill himself because you don't want to be implicated by the FBI. Bring him in.
Yeah.
That's why you're really here. With your name's on the list.
Yeah.
This whole podcast was a sting.
That
baby. Was so great.
Let's see. We want to see your Venmo history, and we want to see how much Israel has sent into that account.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what do you think, Chrissy?
What?
I just want to hear fucking people who don't know what they're talking about talk about it.
What I think is probably Epstein did Tower 7.
You think so?
That's what I think Epstein did it himself.
You can't believe anything he says. He's the Prince Andrew of Queens.
Yeah.
He is. Oh, look, we got the internet back.
Oh, wow.
How about them apples?
Bada boom.
Oh.
Yeah. Pam Bondi, who initially said she had the client list on her desk, now says that's it.
Where did that go?
Where did it just whoops? Dog ate it. Dog ate it. So it's just not there. Now, I just
Something beautiful about getting the internet 46 minutes into the podcast.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's nice.
can I ask you guys a question, and then you tell me?
No, you can't ask me a question. It's me and Mike Vecchione. You can ask us a question. You can ask us. You're not asking us anything.
I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to tell you a quote, and then you tell me. You tell me if you would be suspicious of this person if they had anything to do with Epstein and did anything.
Based off just the quote. We don't know who it is. Just hearing the words.
Nobody knows. I'm just going to say, I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side.
Trump,
my Lord and Savior Donald Trump. That was him, and I believe it.
That was him. That was him.
That was Donnie Tate.
That was Donnie Tate.
That was Donnie Tate.
Now, what do you think about that quote from 2002 New York Magazine interview?
What I honestly,
I'm waiting for you to tie it in with tariffs. And the younger girls, and then the tariffs, and then give us leeway for negotiation.
I think honestly that a lot of people knew Epstein, celebrities, guys like Trump, and he was just a multi-billionaire. Guys like exist today that you might be going on a private jet with, even in the comedy space or the entertainment space, you don't know what the hell they're doing. You just go like people. You know how many people went to Diddy parties and had genuinely no idea that that's happening,
and they were there early.
Yeah.
Okay, so another question: how does he go from a math teacher at Dalton?
That I don't know.
To the next thing you know, he's managing a former prime minister of Israel's money, and he's got this. He's got a $10 million townhouse on the Upper East Side. How did that happen?
I think it's like $50 million.
Yeah. How did it happen out of nowhere?
I don't
know if it happened.
Mike was a math teacher. He'll know. Can you tell us about? You were a teacher in Philadelphia. Maybe you could explain this to us.
Teaching is boring sometimes. Teaching math, especially, has got to be.
Were you a math teacher? Did I have that right?
No, I taught kids with emotional and behavioral problems.
But what did you teach them?
I would teach them whatever. The administration was like, just keep them in the room.
Yeah. So you would literally go and
keep them in the room. Yeah. Let's keep the felonies to a minimum. I like one principal didn't get it, and he came in.
Keep them in the room.
And one principal came in. He's like, the test scores are low. I'm like, the test scores.
Yeah.
You know what I'm dealing with here? It's like there's not been a homicide. I should get a medal.
Yeah. So I should get tenure.
So basically what you're saying is you weren't a teacher in an Asian neighborhood.
Right. Wait a minute. So was that really like you would have no lesson plan? Like
No, I would have a lesson
He
plan.
just told you it was keep them in the room.
Yeah, but I
hands up at all times where I can see them. That's every day.
But hey, how about there's a kid they were coming in from recess, and there was a kid. My kids were telling me, because I loved my kids, man, and I taught them and had lesson plan. I worked hard at what I was doing, and there was a kid. All my kids were telling me, it's like, there's a kid out there, because we were in a special self-contained class, and they were calling my kids names.
Contained
they were calling
by the police outside.
Contained by the authorities.
Yeah.
But and I got the kid. I found out who the kid was, because he was calling my kids dumb, calling them stupid.
Like he was a more able-bodied kid. Like,
Well, he just wasn't. He wasn't
part of
He was
your
probably a
class.
moron, but he just wasn't in my class.
Right.
So he was calling my kids dumb and stupid. You're in a stupid class, whatever. And my kids were like telling me, they came in from, they were like, this kid's like telling us this and calling us names. So I grabbed the kid in the room and I said, hey, don't insult my kids, man. If you insult my kids again, I'm going to pull you in this room. I'm going to lock the door. I'm going to step outside.
Yeah.
So don't do that again. And he didn't.
And he did it because he knew if I leave it with them, you're going to be done.
Nah, I wouldn't have really done that, but I threatened the kid, and that was enough for him to be like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, 'cause
Right.
you got to understand, Mike Vecchione's a former wrestler.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like then that's why I think, he would explode. I
Right.
think he would explode because it's just in there.
Right.
It's like you say the wrong thing to Mike Vecchione, you're gonna
Yeah.
get a lot of that. You're gonna get a lot of
that.
Yeah.
reaching from the back of my
But
neck.
I'm also 52, so it's probably just going to be this.
Just going to be this. Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of this.
But you'll
and
have
then,
to have the earmuffs on
Yeah.
and just a lot of touching.
a lot of touching, a lot of earmuffs, and then talk to my lawyer.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it is.
Now, next question about
Here
it,
we
I
go.
wanted to ask you guys.
Basking
There was
in
a
the
guy.
internet.
There was a guy in. Jeffrey Epstein was indicted and convicted in Florida.
Right.
For
Mike's home state.
yeah,
Well,
for
one of Mike's home states.
for your home state, from your home state. He was indicted in Florida for pedophilia. Let's just say.
Is that actually what the charge was for?
No, it was like, what was it?
Underage sex.
Underage sex,
yeah.
Soliciting girl,
trafficking,
right.
all the things. It was bad.
Right.
And there was a guy named Alexander Acosta who was the U.S. attorney at the time. And he cut a secret deal with Epstein's legal team where what did he do? He did 13 months in prison, something like that. But he could not be federally prosecuted again. He got a slap on the wrist.
Right.
He had work release where he was able to get out 6 days a week or something like that.
Right.
I'm messing up the details, but it was a slap on the wrist.
His work release was a massage.
Yeah, it was a massage. So he basically that, and then he was appointed by Trump to be Secretary of Labor during Trump's first term. Is that just a small world?
Oh, you're saying that? Why did Alexander Ocasio-Cortez?
Yeah.
Why did he? You're saying because Trump is in on it? Because you
think it's all tied?
You want to say Trump is
Yeah.
on the list?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. Could you just pull up all the pictures of Trump with it? I'm just saying. Trump was in office when Jeffrey Epstein killed himself.
Right.
Trump is now in office.
But again, I don't think nobody debates that Trump and Epstein were friends. There's all proof of that.
Yeah.
So what? So
Well,
you're
Epstein.
Are you saying that your Tesla's double parked?
I'm just saying Epstein called Trump his closest friend. They've known each other for 20 years. At the time, they hung out together.
Yeah, because Epstein was alive the first time Trump was president,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He was
yeah.
just getting into it.
Yeah. I mean, they knew each other very well.
Right.
Right.
And I'm just saying, I mean, that's so what happened is with.
But I think the whole island thing, like, I don't know. I'm just speculating, but it's like, I don't think it was all that.
No.
I think it was like some like.
they did some paperwork too. And
What's that?
you think they did some bonfires and cooked some marshmallows down there?
Yeah, I think it was a lot of that. Actually, I think it was like an early Diddy party, early time frame at a Diddy party where it was just like it just looked like this is the cool place.
Well,
to
you
be.
would go like I think too. A lot of times Epstein would just like celebrities or whatever. You'd go to his island like with your wife and kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like go to like a private beach and then
Yeah.
go back the same day.
Right,
But
right.
you're on.
Or if you're staying, you're not staying in the mix of anything. You're just staying like I'm sure they had that. I'm sure this was even at that time was kept pretty under wraps.
Melania's smoking.
She's a smoke show. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize that
That's
Jeffrey
Ghislaine.
Epstein and Ghislaine
Ghislaine.
were a couple. I thought Ghislaine was just the handler of the girl, but they were like together. He's got his hand on her waist.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what the interesting thing about the whole thing is like, yeah, they were just kind
Well,
of.
sex is like currency. with
Yeah,
these people.
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like the way that we think about it, where it's like intimate. It's just like it's kind of currency. I think.
Yeah,
They're like
you
yeah,
said
you
so.
get me women to sleep with, and then I sleep with you, and then
Yeah.
it's like kind of a
just all it is.
Yeah,
Everyone's
kind of
having sex
perverted
at all
world.
times.
I think it's a perverted
It's
world,
just so
yeah.
funny because right now, as we record this podcast, this is like breaking people's like political alliances and beliefs and brains.
Right.
Because this is obviously one of the most obvious funny gaslightings that
Yeah.
we've had as a country. So people.
It tells me that Yannis works for the wind company.
Yeah. Right. So it's just funny now. This is all everyone's talking about because this is just
Right.
Alex Jones cried,
Right.
which was fun to watch.
Because he's saying, how could this be happening?
He just cried.
Because he's like,
he goes, how could Trump do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's going like, he's been doing good, and I just can't. Can we pull up him crying?
Pull him up.
I mean, it's just.
What was his point though? Why?
His point is like because it's such a hard thing to have dissonance on, like cognitive dissonance, because everyone knows that Jeffrey Epstein was an intelligence asset. I mean, it's so
from
obvious.
Mossad.
either Mossad or CIA or both. I mean, it's just so obvious. I mean, it's like saying if there was it's like if there was chocolate chip cookies on this table, and I said those are chocolate chip cookies. Everyone would go, those are chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
And if you said no, those are actually chessmen cookies.
Yeah.
Right? People would go like,
No.
this guy's lying.
The chocolate chip.
Yeah. So they'd go like, well, something's up with this guy.
Yeah.
So we're at that point where everyone kind of knows that what's happening now is people are going, no, those aren't chocolate chip cookies. Those are chessmen cookies.
Right. Which now I just want to eat cookies.
Because I mean, it's just everything you find out about the players involved. You just go, this just doesn't make sense. That they're because now they're saying there was no Epstein client list, and he killed himself. And then this is the funniest part. They released the footage outside his jail cell, and then there was like a jump in the footage.
Right.
It's like
For 1 minute, right?
when they released the Pentagon?
I think that's it, Jesse. No.
It's someone else's video.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think are they? Oh, I'm sorry. You're saying that they're breaking it down.
Yeah.
Do you remember when they released that video of the plane hitting the Pentagon, and we were all like, "All right, we're finally going to see the proof of the plane going," and then it was just like it was like a couple of frames, and then there was just a
jump
fireball.
cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just that's what they did. They released the footage of outside of his jail cell, and then there's the jump cut.
There's a jump cut.
And they go,
It's just what
see,
it is.
there's nobody who came in and out of his cell.
Alex Jones looks like he's on tests.
Yeah.
That's another impressive thing about you, Mike. You're not on tests.
No, I'm too afraid of any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Does anyone hear it?
That probably.
You got to.
I never saw any evidence of Trump involved in any of the stuff that came out. It was all fake. The fake Jane Does, all the crap. You know, E.G. and Carol, the crazy leftist cat lady, all of it.
Alex Jones.
So now,
That's folded a little bit.
coming in and being part of the cover-up.
Towards the end is when he starts crying. It's just funny.
This was the National Weather Service. It was the day before, and over 500 times.
This is just a guy. Does he have a family? Like,
Pam
does he
Bundy, all
real
those
things
videos are saying, yeah, she's seen the video.
He's got
It's
a
all coming out.
nice
And now
baby
it doesn't
blue
exist.
eyes,
I mean,
too, I
what?
realize.
He's not a bad-looking guy.
No.
What?
He's one of the most
What?
entertaining guys on the
Yeah.
planet. I have to say that.
I love guys who do
Damn it.
videos in their car too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love guys who pull over and they're in a parking lot, but still got the seatbelt on.
Here we go.
11 a.m. today, I'll be covering it. And no matter where this information goes, I'll always report to
He didn't cry on
Whatever.
that one.
He cries. It's funny.
Yeah.
I just love how serious he takes everything. He's on it.
Right.
He's like, people.
Well, what is his reaction to the Diddy? I personally think Diddy, that he was acquitted of the most serious charges, but I think he's going to get slapped with a lot of time for the remaining charges. I personally think.
Really?
that. Everybody else thinks that he's going to walk.
Like how,
I think he's going to.
How like OJ got away with it, but then they gave him 10 years
Right.
for something that would have
Right.
normally got 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you know.
So I think that's coming, and everybody disagrees with me. Everybody's like, he's going to walk. It's because he was celebrating. It's like he's going to walk now. It's like I don't think so.
the
I think
only-
they're going to just nail him. It's like when the mob does stuff now. It's like they don't do like the real heavy stuff that's like gambling or whatever, but they just hit them with the hardest.
Yeah,
They
you'll
know
get
who they are.
3
so they hit
years
them
for
with the hardest
jaywalking.
stuff. Yes.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I know because they were saying, heard a lawyer talking about this, saying that really the judge, if he did give him Diddy serious time, would really be breaking like a lot of like traditional rules because technically Diddy on paper has never committed a federal crime before and he's a first-time offender.
Right.
So he's a first-time offender at these. So the judge, the state of New York, weighs that heavily. You are because the judge's job is to not do what you said. Like
Right.
the judge is to say, I am fully impartial. I don't care about.
Yeah, but they're sentencing.
I'm just on
But
what
they're
these
sentencing
questions.
guidelines.
Right.
So if they're sentencing guidelines, you can give him the upper echelon of the sentence.
It's up to the judge.
Yeah.
In other words,
Yeah.
the judge is the one who decides.
Right.
But they're saying that he would be. This lawyer was saying he would be breaking like crazy protocol if he gave him all these years. Like it wouldn't be actually the right thing for the judge to do.
Interesting. Can you pull up?
I don't know why.
Yeah, but what are the
Pull up what his
consequences
charges are.
for that? Because it happens in mob trials all the time, where it's like it happened with the Philly guys in
And you seem personally affected and hurt by this. So let's get into
I
it.
have to take issue with it. And like the mob trials in Philly, it's like they got acquitted of racketeering and the drug charges and murder, but they got him on stolen property and gambling. But they gave him 14 years for gambling.
Right, which
It's crazy.
Well,
but-
we
but-
wouldn't even go to jail for that.
Right.
Yeah.
But they know who the guy, and the judge gave them 14 years on gambling. And
Right.
like the guy went to jail for 14 years for gambling.
And that's your uncle.
And that's my uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
the
now
internet-
he's out.
And it's not fair.
yeah.
The internet is not working again.
It's just what it is.
Yeah.
Pat who runs the studio is running the studio like we're in Lebanon. Like there's attacks from Israel coming at every moment.
He's running it into the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is why we need a bunker buster.
Yeah, we do.
To reactivate the internet.
Yay! All right. Well, what can you do? We have no more internet.
Yeah. So
what about you, Mike? Where are you going to be?
Yeah.
Website, all that.
I'm going to be in Tempe, Arizona, at the Improv.
Great.
I don't know the dates. It's coming up here in like 2 weeks. Not this weekend, but next weekend. I'm not sure when this comes out. It would help me to know the dates. MikeVecchione.com for dates. Yeah. And
go
comic Mike V on all social media. Please follow me. Yeah. And the special's called Low Income White. It's on YouTube.
Great name.
And it's for free for people who are actually low income whites.
Yeah.
Yes.
Please watch it. And if you're going to make a comment, which I appreciate for the algorithm, please don't call me names.
Yeah.
It's for free, and I worked hard on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing? Why are they? It's weird because they're all incentivized to do it. We've all been conditioned by social media companies to create content, and the comment section is their content. Wow.
Yeah,
because you have to know the reason why they're putting those comments in there is for other people to see the comments.
Yeah, that they want to get a bunch of likes. It's like the way that they can factor in get their own kind of slice of the pie.
Yeah,
right.
If you will. And if you are a History Hyenas fan and you like Mike's special and you want to comment, just please put an American flag after whatever comment you've made so we know it's you and you're a Hyenas fan. That's how you'll identify yourselves.
Yes.
By the red, white, and blue, baby.
Yeah, let's go Hyenas.
We love Mike. We want every one of our fans to go watch that special. We want every one of you to comment on it. Identify yourself with $3 bill or on the beam or whatever.
Or the American flag.
Just all positive, get in there, and then get in the comments to the other people who say negative things and throw it and argue with them, because it's all what the social media companies, YouTube, once they see that, the algorithm goes, oh, there's engagement happening here.
Yes. We want you, because Mike is a part of our hyena clan, so you have to fight to defend him too.
Yeah.
Okay?
So go watch the special.
I'm in the back of the pack of the Hyenas.
Yes.
But you still are.
But I'm
in
still
the pack.
there.
You're in the pack.
Yeah.
You're in the pack.
As long as the pack is running on Nateland.
That's right.
That's it.
Okay?
Yes. As long as the pack is being clean and not saying too many curse words.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, so these are the good guys who went to patreon.com/historyhyenas and joined the matriarchy. That is where all the fun happens. We have $5 episodes, $10 episodes, all the way up to $25 episodes, and it's all awesome. It's bonus content, and it's really, really fun, and it's a community. I mean, we got people going on dates on the Patreon. So you can use our Patreon as a dating app if you want. It's the new Grindr.
Yeah.
Here we go. Welcome, Brian Orozco, Ruben Sufuentes, General Shiro, Ishi's BDSM Kink. So that's from Unit 731. That's Shiro Ishii.
BDSM kink.
Yes.
Okay.
So he's just saying that, he's
He's listening, and I appreciate the attempt.
Brian, Garrett Brown. Then we got Big Bird's Left Nut. Okay.
Okay.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Danielle Dix, which is a good trans name.
Yeah.
Darius Jack, Kieran Doherty. Then we got the most balls in shit ever. Okay.
Chicken figure for the funny factor.
Brendan Hoverack, Carter Witten, Brandon Masters, Amy Harris, real.
Walked into one. Yeah.
Sorry about
Way song she ain't.
Yeah. Richard Van.
It's just a minefield of those.
It's just what it is.
Yeah.
Richard Van Vlanderen, Nick Wilson, Andrew Ramirez, TJ Frisbee, Caleb Kinsler, Christopher Tatone. Then we got my roof is so leaky, I threw a frisbee down my chimney.
Very funny.
Then we got Gogeta's got a small peen too. He's an Indian kid. Cortez conquered more than one jungle. Okay.
We got to do an episode on Cortez.
Yeah, we do. Brad Williams called.
Yeah, that's a walked in.
Lad 14.
But Brad Williams is a smidget.
Yeah,
right.
But
he's
he's
a little
just
kid.
Yeah, but
got it.
They're just going for the word.
Frisbee smoking Stinians like some stinky hookah. Wesley Bradshaw. Then we got I ride bikes in tights. Call me Spandy Queer.
Drexler.
Peter Gospelinov. This is the second episode in a row where we're going pretty deep down the list and we don't have anyone who's made it yet.
Right.
It's interesting. Alec, Matt Clanson, Dalton Phelps, Damian, Dylan James. Then we got Off the Beam Mariachi Monkey with a leaky roof, SLOKS. Charged up and ready to detonate like Building 7.
Put them on the list.
Okay.
Yeah, put
There
them
we go.
on.
Yeah. It's what it is.
Yeah, that's a good
So
one.
they're saying they're gay
Yeah.
and they're ready to explode their gayness, but also building
Just like Building 7. Yeah.
Falcon. Then we got cripple with swollen nipples. Mm-hmm. Okay. Then we got headbox boy. I don't eat pussy. I just work for UPS.
Okay.
Then we got stapling pictures of my testes around Macy's like Martin Luther's 95s.
Put him on the list
Okay.
because Martin Luther went around, taping up his Protestant proclamation.
Yeah.
So this kid's going around Macy's.
Yeah, put his testes up there.
Yeah. So like Martin Luther, I'm putting him on the list because it's history and it's funny.
Then we got Griffin Kerner. Then we got a Muzzy stole my heart and fucked it.
Chicken finger.
Matthew Lee. Chrissy steroid dealer. Call me back, cuz. Base jumping off the Four Seasons. Tim Dillon's Gaza vacation. Barry Dinger, DDS. Nervous hyena who's scared of ladders. Okay. Bluey Chewis and the Glues.
We've had something.
Yeah. Noam Dwarman, owner of the Comedy Cellar.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Welcome. Matthew Lloyd. Molester Stallone, First and Last Blood.
Put him on the list.
There we go.
Molester Stallone is a goodie.
Is it good?
Wei Song Xian.
Sergio Devisa, Ryan Gindrich, Ultimate Frisbee Champion. Shout out my sponsor, Hugo Boss.
Very funny.
Japanese count in units of 731.
Okay.
Okay. Forrest Gump 2, Gary Sinise's niece polished my piece. Now my son looks like Walter White Jr. and screams at fireworks from a bat.
Okay.
Okay. Joshua 707, Williams Mendo. Okay. Adam, Dayton McGovern, Ishal. Then we got I cream fast for my mail order scream mask.
Mail order scream mask, meaning he got an Asian
Mail order
right.
and he creams fast.
He creams fast for
Interesting. Good effort.
her. Good effort.
John Beeman, Malek Ikal.
John Beanman.
Yeah.
So he's on the beam.
John Beeman. Yeah.
Oh, Beeman?
Oh, yeah. John Beeman.
Yeah, he's on the beam.
He's on the beam. Malek Iqbal. Then we got Big Beautiful $3 bill. No medic aids.
Okay.
Okay. Big Beautiful $3 bill might have did it.
Yeah, it's
No
let's give-
medic aids.
Yeah, no Medicaid's. It's two names in one. So we're give him a Drexler for it.
Okay. Then we got Matt is gay. Jay Knapp. Hannah Rochid. Let's Go Buzz. Blair Marsdale. Alex. Reds. Nicholas Adcock. No good bagel shops in Germany.
It's a good point. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Wei Song Xian.
Yes, you can't. I mean, it's probably a truth, right?
Probably, yeah. It's probably, they're just not comfortable over
Yeah. Nicholas Duncan, Brian Cooper Chirico, Daniel Sangaroo, Ted Clare, George Contouras. Hitler had a golden shower, and so do I. It's what it is, cuz.
Ladder 14.
Harley, Wayne Killman, Avery Reaper, Brendan Rivera, Hector Load Swallower, Benjamin Salvador, Danny G. Germain, Richard Gomez, Genghis John, Andy Rivera, Butterbean, David McMace, Aldo Rodriguez, Kevin Bratton, Gage Hood, Ed, Paul T. Shiro Ishii's summer camp was wild. Yeah. Kieran McGuire. Hands.
Got you on that.
Got me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Walked in on one.
Wei Song Xian.
Leroy Archaeologists Incorporated. Don't call. Shit.
Oh, got you again. Back to back.
14.
Yeah. Very creative, though. Very creative.
Jonathan
Goddamn.
Watson, Ryan Cortez, Mikey Hanaranan, Miss Obama's RHP. Mrs. Obama's RHP.
Her
rock hard
rocket.
penis.
Yeah.
I love on all. And I ran so far away, Tel Aviv couldn't get away. Okay. Grower, not a shower. Cody, Nika Iloupolis. Then we got you can lead a horse to water, but you still will need a step stool to fuck it.
Put him on the list. That's a catapult.
It's just what it is. It's a good one.
Could be the winner.
Tid Kucher, Maggie, Jacob Laurie, Sticky Couch, Abigail Wilson, Zom Gum Coffee, Davy Long, Et Lee, Michael Ham, Danny, Not a Piece, but Take Me to Normandy, Please, Peter Hutton, Thomas Pizzolatto, Senor Grango IV, Travis Camper, Midwest Mom with fat meat flaps. Okay.
Okay. Chicken finger just for describing your pussy.
Ryan Thompson, Josh Lutz, Cameron Deaton, David McLeod, Spencer Hodgkinson, Dyslexic UCF Ground and Pound Me, Jennifer Mueller, Bug Chasing for Bug chasing for lubed anus baby gravy. Colin V. Chrissy D's right pectoral. Chrissy's pelvic floor therapist. Ryan R. 5chan.org. Nursing Adelie. Christina Pupshitsky, Independent Learning Pod. Mom Donnie eats sand with his rocket launching hand.
Oh, it's a good one.
Wei Song
It's a
Xian.
walked into one, but it's a good one. What
What
do I
can
do?
you
That's on the list.
Put
Yeah.
him on the list. Jesse
All
wants him
right.
on, the Jewish side of Jesse
Wow,
wants him
that's
on the
crazy.
list.
All right,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Launching hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Muzzies want to make my Frisbee family into overdone latkes. Okay. James Allen, Jeremy Barney, Corey Lawrence, Ryan Hassan, Herstory Hypena, Dustin F., Alex Vega, Kyle Kemper, Braxton Buff, Accountant for Ice, a.k.a. the Bean Counter.
Put him on the list.
Okay, there we go.
So walked into one, but it's very funny.
If Gillis impregnates McCusker, it equals Jesse Plemons. The actor. Gary Fatsby, Alex Canuelas.
I think that we're good, right?
You think we're good?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're good.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
2 pages. We should do two because we're caught up now.
We are.
So we
Okay.
should do 2 pages at a time.
Here we go. So here's the list so far. Granted, it's not the strongest list, but we still do
there's
have
some
some
goodies.
bangers. Okay, here we
Yeah.
go. So we got charged up and ready to detonate like Building 7.
We're going to leave that for now.
Stapling pictures of my testes around Macy's like Martin Luther.
It's so good, but I don't know if it's got the funny. People are going to.
All right.
Any other day, or if we had just done a Martin Luther episode, you
That
might
would've
have
made
won.
sense.
Yeah.
Molester Stallone, First and Last Blood.
Very good. We're going to Drexler. We're going
Drexler.
to chicken finger that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. What the hell was? Oh, that was the table.
Yeah.
Here we go. Accountant for Ice, a.k.a. the Bean Counter.
It's a good one. We're going to Drexler because it's just walked into one.
Okay. Mom, Donnie eats sand with his rocket launching hand.
That's Jesse's favorite.
It's what
it is a walked into one. What else do we have?
Last but not least, we have you can lead a horse to water, but you still need a step stool to fuck it.
Okay, so we're gonna Drexler the Mondami, even though it's Jesse's favorite because it's
Okay.
a walked into one.
So it's between
we can't
charged,
do that.
It's between charged up and ready to detonate like Building 7, or you can lead a horse to water, but you still need a step stool to fuck it.
See, you said it was a weak list.
That-
but
yeah,
I'm saying those are great.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
you're right.
Those are great. That's a tough one. I'm leaning towards the step stool. That's
Yeah.
my vote.
Jess?
I didn't see the step stool coming. That's my vote too.
Yeah.
That's then the winners have
Yes.
it. Congratulations. Go to historyhyenasisback.com. You can see your name up in lights. You are the winner. You can lead a horse to water, but you still need a step stool to fuck it. Congratulations to you. That is a fantastic.
That is a great one.
Yeah, and you can see our stand-up dates throughout the summer, both mine and Yannis's at historyhyenasisback.com. Check it out. And thanks for being a part of patreon.com/historyhyenas. We can't thank the fans enough. This has been great being back, baby.